Welcome to Hero Wars Info. My name is Ryan. Hero Wars has just announced who is going to be the person who gets the Ascension abilities, and it is going to be Krista. Those of you who don't know who Krista is, she is a mage who, back in the day, around 3 years ago or so, was very powerful when paired up with Lars. They were the top team for a very long time, but once Isaac came around, they eventually went by the wayside since Isaac counters them so well. But Krista is going to become more powerful, and they even say here, even a bit more independent from her twin brother. So on September 12th, which is in 4 days, Krista is going to receive a boost. So there's going to be brand new Ascension, and they're going to be updating her existing skills. So let's talk about the Ascension abilities. Number 1, Generous Marks of Water. Allied heroes heal for 50% of the magic damage they deal whenever they strike enemies affected by Marks of Water. This, I think, is a pretty big ability. This basically puts, vampirism on some heroes as long as the Marks of Water are being given out to members of the opposing team. Now, normally these Marks of Water were able to be stopped because you had a Sebastian, for example, that was able to stop them. But we'll go ahead and move over here before we get to the second Ascension ability, because now Marks of Water are no longer considered negative effects, meaning they can't be blocked or cleansed by Sebastian's Ode of Serenity, Nebula's Serenity, or similar skills. So now, those Marks of Water are going to be staying on the heroes that are affected by them, meaning that if Krista's in a team of yours, and she gives Marks of Water out to, let's say, 3 heroes, all magic damage to those heroes is going to give 50% of the magic damage they deal back in health. That's really big. The fact that they can't be taken off of it anymore, and the fact that it's basically adding a vampirism ability without a Dorian or anything like that, that potentially could be a game changer. I'm really excited to test this out to see how it works. Next up, Volatile Crystallization. When Ice Block ends, it bursts, damaging all enemies nearby. So another one of her abilities right here is the Crystallization. And it says, when in danger of taking major damage, Krista summons an Ice Block that protects the caster for 2 seconds by partially absorbing any incoming damage. And it absorbs 86% of that damage. So it looks like this new ability will allow her to do a little bit more damage whenever the Ice Block ends. So not only does it protect her, but now it's a damage dealing ability as well. I don't think that's nearly as big as the first Ascension ability, but extra damage is always nice. Now for the basic kit improvements, we already talked about the Marks of Water are no longer considered negative. That's huge. The Chains of Frost, magic defense reduction is now twice as effective. So you can see here her second ability. Krista hits enemies in the center of an enemy's team, temporarily reducing their magic damage and applying a Mark of Water to them. They will still apply the Mark of Water, but now their magic damage reduction is going to go down even more. So it will probably be, I think, doubled. So it's instead of 5% magic damage, it's probably going to be 10% magic damage and maybe plus 2,600. We'll see if that is the case, if they actually double both or they just double the 5%. And then lastly, Icy Vengeance. Damage buffed with considerable scaling improvements. The old formula was magic attack plus level 50. New formula, 35% magic attack plus level 100. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So you can see here, hits enemies one by one with 5 ice crystals, dealing area damage. And so it's going to be 35% attack damage. And then it looks like they're doubling the other ability, the level 50, level 100. So it looks like it's going to be probably 1,300. So 35% magic attack plus 13,000 is what I believe it is going to be. So again, extra damage, which will be very nice. Oh, she will also be getting a new skin that will greatly increase her magic penetration. My guess is it's going to be one of these super skins, meaning that it is going to be a double skin of magic penetration. That's going to make her very, very interesting. Very interesting in testing. So, All these changes make Krista far more effective on her own and even deadlier when paired with other heroes who use Marks of Water, like Lars, and our next upcoming hero that might be familiar to some of you. What does this mean for gameplay? Well, I'm already kind of envisioning some combos of what potentially she could do. If you put like a Krista, a Orion, and Augustus together, I'm trying to imagine here, she puts the Marks of Water, right, on a lot of different enemies. Orion is going to help in magic penetration and dealing a lot of damage. Augustus is going to help reduce all the magic defense, as will Krista will do even more magic defense reduction as well. So it's going to be even harder to stop that type of team. I'm thinking perhaps Dorian could be changed out for Krista. And I'm not sure how well this will apply because the whole point of Dorian is the vampirism. But if these Marks of Water give 50% healing, which it says it's going to do, to any magic damage, that team could be pretty strong and go even faster to make sure that that it gets into pure damage right away. So it's going to be really interesting to see if that combo will work out. I think it might, but we'll have to do testing whenever the upgrades actually happen on the 12th. So I'll probably do a hero deep dive on Krista after that has happened, just to kind of give an example of different teams that she's going to be good with. Now, this does really help the Krista and Lars team. Lars also uses Marks of Water, right? Based off of, he applies them and then deals damage to them as well. So without an Isaac or a Sebastian in here, Lars and Krista can be still effective even today. But now with the Marks of Water not being debuffed, this could make them even more powerful. And it will be interesting to see how this team now reacts. Because it used to be meta, maybe it becomes meta again. So very exciting to see the upgrades to Krista that might put her back into consideration of a hero that most people should start leveling up. So, last bit of news here. There was one other announcement talking about the new hero. Right here. Other heroes who use Marks of Water, like Lars, and our upcoming hero might be familiar to some of you. So it makes it sound like the upcoming hero, who they're going to be releasing, also use Marks of Water as a potential increase in damage, stunning effect, debuff, whatever it might be. So I don't play the Hero Wars Alliance. My assumption is that's what they're talking about, is it's going to be a hero from Hero Wars Alliance that does that. But if you have guesses, if you do play Hero Wars Alliance and Hero Wars Dominion, please put in the comments below what you think your guesses on the new Guardian is going to be. Once we figure out who that is going to be, I'm going to be creating a video on what potentially their abilities could be in the game. And I think that we're probably going to be seeing that hero come out within, not this week, but probably the week after is my best guess of whenever they're going to release that hero. So that's coming soon. These changes to Krista are coming in 4 days. Very exciting news. Let's see how good Krista can become. Thanks so much for watching.